And good afternoon, GRN listeners across the South and Central Texas listening area. This is your local program. This is In His Vineyard. I'm Gordy Zambrano, General Manager for the Guadalupe Radio Network South and Central Texas listening area. You know, you can hear this program every Monday at noon right here on your local GRN station, online at grnonline.com, or on the free Guadalupe Radio Network app. Join us on Facebook if you can. We're on Facebook, and you can find us at GRN South and Central Texas Facebook group. And we want to thank everybody out there listening, not only in San Antonio, but also in Marble Falls, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Uvalde, and we're just so happy that, you know, you decide to spend this hour listening and getting caught up on all things Catholic, and we're grateful for your listenership, of course, and grateful that you're spending this hour, you know, getting caught up, like I said, in all things Catholic in South and Central Texas, the Archdiocese of San Antonio and the Diocese of Austin. So as you know, on this program, we try to bring you a variety of informative discussions, highlighting different people, ministries, as we're going to do today, and also events that are going on. We got a big event coming up with, Rebecca here. Events coming up in the Archdiocese of San Antonio and parts of the Diocese of Austin. On today's program, I'm going to be speaking with Rebecca Simmons, and she is with El Camino de San Antonio Missions, Executive Director, and it's going to be a great discussion. We're going to talk about this Friday, I believe it's the 31st, this Friday, they've got the Pathway to Grace event. There's a lot of information about that. We're going to be discussing that and building awareness about that event. So it's going to be a great discussion. On the second half of the hour, I've got Thomas Murray, a young man who attends Central Catholic High School, and he's put together a 5K run as part of his Eagle Scout project. So that's going to be a fun discussion. I can't wait to talk to Thomas about that. That's going to be really cool and all about the fun 5K run event. But as you know, as we do every week on this program, we start in prayer, and I want to make sure everybody out there is praying for Archbishop Gustavo, Bishop Gary Yannick, who I just saw, and I'll tell you all about that, Bishop Mike Boulette, of course, all of our priests, deacons, seminarians, nuns, sisters. Want to make sure we are praying for them, our first responders, and of course, our country. Want to pray for our country and also pray for those in your family that need prayer. So I want to, I want to say a special prayer today. It's going to be a memorare to St. Joseph, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Remember, O most chaste spouse of the Virgin Mary, that never was it known that anyone who implored your help and sought your intercession was left unassisted. Full of confidence in your power, I fly unto you and beg your protection. Despite not, O guardian of the Redeemer, my humble supplication, but in your bounty, hear and answer me. Amen. In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. The reason I wanted to say a memorare to St. Joseph is because this past weekend, as you know, car raffle sales is going on with the Guadalupe Radio Network, and I'll touch on that. But this past weekend, I was at St. Joseph Honey Creek, and I'll tell you what, our car raffle out there went spectacular. The parishioners out there were so responsive to car raffle, and I think I set a personal best record with close to 400 tickets sold. Thank you to Father Chris, Father Abraham, and also, of course, Deacon Glenn and Deacon Mike Pavelic, who is our honoree for our Fishers of Men dinner this April. And it was great to see them and to see their support for the Guadalupe Radio Network. And I want to thank my volunteers that were out there. They are so special to us. And it's with that many tickets sold, it's a lot of people, Rebecca, that are coming to the table. And, you know, you need many hands. It's a lot of work, but it's fun work, and we love our car raffle. So also want to tell you about Saturday. Now, I mentioned Bishop Gary Yannick. I got to interview him on the steps of the state capitol for the Texas March for Life. That was such a cool event. Thousands and thousands of people were out there marching to protect the sanctity of life and for the unborn. And I'll tell you what an event. And Dr. Joe Poyman does such a fabulous job putting that together, him and Amy O'Donnell. They're with the Texas Alliance for Life. So they coordinate that whole march. It's on the steps of the state capitol. They start on the north, come around to the south. And as you see all the people coming up on Congress, it's a sea of people. And it gives me chills talking about it. But to have a live remote and to have that ability to be on the steps of the Capitol was such a privilege. And we thank Texas Alliance for Life, Dr. Joe Poyman. I got to speak to Bishop Gary Yannick. He was there marching, came up the steps, went straight to our remote, which we were right there on the steps, and just started talking about his involvement, why he's there. And it was so beautiful to have Bishop Gary Yannick come on and talk to us. We love him here at the Guadalupe Radio Network. And Bishop Sis out of San Angelo, he came up and started talking to us. So that's two bishops. And then we had, of course, Dr. Joe Poyman, Amy O'Donnell, and it was so beautiful. I had somebody, Jeff, one of our volunteers was there, so I put him on the air. But what a great event, and really happy to be there and support such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cause. So I want to tell you about car raffle. I'm going to be at St. Bonaventure. Father Abel, here we come. We're going to be out there at St. Bonaventure Saturday for the Vigil Mass and for all Masses on Sunday. And, of course, we are raffling off a 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLB 250. It's in polar white. It's got that macchiato and black interior. You can buy tickets right now if you're listening and you got your phone, which everybody carries a phone, Rebecca. I never see anybody without a phone. You could text the word raffle, RAFFLE, to 345-345. It's that simple. When you do that, we'll pop you back a link that you could tap on. It takes you right into the donation page. It's safe, it's secure. You could buy that ticket for $25, or you could buy 5 tickets for $100. When you do that 100, you get that extra ticket free. And thank you, Rebecca. She just bought her tickets, and I was so thankful. But if you can, go there. You can go on to grnonline.com. If you're sitting at your desk and you want to do it online, you could do that. And, of course, it's grnonline.com/raffle. So you could do it that way. But, just want to thank everybody who's purchased a ticket, who's gotten their name in the in the hopper for that chance to win that 2025 Mercedes-Benz. Last year's winner, I got to mention this, was out of Moore, Texas, right down 35 South. The Gutierrez family won that 2024 Mercedes-Benz in black, and it was beautiful. They went and picked it up that day. They didn't wait. They had a big red bow on it in Dallas waiting for them, and so you could win as well, but you got to buy that ticket. And, again, it's our 2025 car raffle. I'll be at St. Bonaventure, so everybody out there, be prepared. We were out there last year. I think that was my first car raffle sale at a parish, and Father Abel has opened their doors again this year to us, and we're very thankful and grateful for that opportunity. So with that said, that's my intro. It's 8 minutes after the hour, and I am so happy. This is my good friend from Our Lady of Grace. I've known Rebecca Simmons for many, many years, Rebecca. And, when you took over there at El Camino, the San Antonio Missions, I was so happy and elated. And last year you came onto the program a couple of times, and we're always happy to support everything you do. So welcome to the program.
Thanks, Gordy. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes. I just want to make sure yeah. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yes, I was going to say, it's my pleasure always to be here and to be on this program. I love it.
Well, we love having you, and we love talking about everything about El Camino de San Antonio Mission. So tell our listeners a little bit about what you do, when you started there, and what El Camino de San Antonio Missions is all about.
Well, we've been opened about a year and a half. And so El Camino de San Antonio Missions is a program of the Archdiocese, and our focus is on evangelization. Now, we are lucky to have 4 Spanish colonial mission churches.
That's amazing.
Right. And they're a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Wow.
And they are sacred space. They have been here for almost 300 years. And so we really stress and urge people to visit those mission churches. We have a special trail, the
Right.
El Camino Trail. And if you walk that trail, you'll get a Compostela. And let's include our wonderful San Fernando Cathedral.
Of course.
So the El Camino Trail takes you to all 4 mission churches as well as the cathedral.
Right.
And if you walk it, you get a Compostela. If you drive it or bike it, then you can have a Peregrino certificate.
Wow.
But you know the most interesting thing is we have a connection with the El Camino de Santiago in Spain.
Ooh, tell us about that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we are the only place in the Americas where basically you can start the Spanish El Camino de Santiago. In other words, they have given us 30 kilometers credit toward their 100-kilometer requirement for their Compostela. So what you do is you walk, you get a Compostela from the El Camino program, you take it to Spain and go on the English route, and then you present your when you're finished with that, and you go back to the pilgrimage place to get your Compostela.
Right.
They will look at your Compostela from San Antonio and give you 30 kilometers credit. And really the coolest thing, and I've seen this on several of the Spanish Compostelas, they have, where did you start? Desde. And it says San Antonio,
Desde, yes.
Texas.
Oh my goodness. And to recognize what you did in San Antonio when you get to Spain.
Isn't that amazing?
Incredible. What a partnership.
It really connects this tradition.
Right.
We have a 300-year-old kind of tradition of these missions, and they've got, 1,500 years of
Yes.
pilgrimage and whatever to Santiago.
And to be right here in San Antonio, I mean, how many other cities have five missions?
None. That's why we're a
That's-
UNESCO World Heritage Site.
That's why I want to bring that up, because San Antonio and South Texas, we are so privileged to have
Right.
in our backyard.
Exactly. And although California has beautiful missions, but
Right.
they're all about 20 miles apart, this is the only place that within 30 kilometers, 20 miles or so, you can have not just one,
Right.
but ultimately 5. And that's when we're counting the Alamo,
Yeah, and you can have, what I think we should encourage is groups from churches, from parishes, right? They should be doing, that walk. They should be bringing, maybe it's the Knights or it's Acts or it's Adores, Groups are welcome over there.
Oh, yes, Gordy. And what a year. The Jubilee year.
Oh, that's
Pilgrims
right.
of Hope year. What a time to get your group out. We will provide all the information you need. We will even provide a guide if you desire.
Oh, nice.
We'll arrange for your picnic lunch. Right. We clear your presence with all the mission churches so you're not stumbling into a funeral or some other service. Right. And so we are happy to help groups. We just go to our website, CaminoSanAntonio.org, and you can find out all that information where we can help you get started, particularly since each of the San Antonio mission churches have been designated a sacred site for purposes of getting a plenary indulgence.
Plenary indulgence. Tell us about that. That's big.
Yes. Well, because it is a Jubilee year, the Archdiocese was permitted by the Vatican, of course, to designate sacred spaces by visiting it, also going to reconciliation, going to Mass, taking the Eucharist, praying for the intentions of the Pope. You too can get a plenary indulgence for going to one or more of those mission churches, as well as the cathedral.
Wow, that is a personal stamp that everybody should have.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know how to put it more plainly, but I know Our Lady of Grace used to organize, or Donna did, somebody did, where the whole parish went, some biked over there, and that's available
it's still
to
happening,
it's still
Gordy.
going.
Still going. We've been doing this annually since 2012.
Yes.
And the parish is committed because it's a fabulous thing. It builds community. It's a very spiritual experience.
Right.
And so I cannot stress how much and I enjoy really guiding parishes. I enjoy guiding the school and school children. You know, the Catholic
Sure.
schools, they often come and visit.
What a
And
field trip that would be.
well, and we get people from not only from Houston and Fort Worth and Austin, we get them from out of state.
Yeah.
They're coming from Montana this spring.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, and you get snowbirds down here, right?
Yes.
Big time. I think we talked about that last time, how you get so many people from, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Green Bay, and they come down here because it's so cold where they're at.
Right. Well, let's forget about last week then, Gordy. And
I know we've had some coldness here.
yes. But that's what they're escaping. And yes, we do get lots of visitors from out of state, individuals that come and visit us, and they've heard about the pilgrimage and the connection to Spain, and they want to do kind of a little practice and get ready for their Spanish Camino.
Before they take that trip.
That's right.
Now, you also have a gift shop there.
We do.
And I love talking about, I've been to your gift shop. It's incredible. Tell us about that.
Right. So we have a gift shop, and we try and focus on what our pilgrims might need, be it a hat, a T-shirt, sunscreen, but also we have some vendors, local vendors that create this really custom, beautiful jewelry that is spiritual, and it kind of has a connection with the missions. So we have those kinds of things. Of course, your T-shirts, as I mentioned, children's books and coloring books, and other sorts of things that just are unique to San Antonio and unique to our missions.
Yeah, and those listening, that come to San Antonio to go to SeaWorld, to go to Fiesta, Texas, put El Camino de San Antonio on that list of things to do in San Antonio, because, yes, it's fun to go ride rides and have fun, but it's also fun to, educate your children on what the missions are about.
Absolutely, what the missions are about, and just experience that sacred space. Because if you think about it, Gordy, those churches have been having and doing sacraments for close to 300 years.
Longer than anybody's been here.
Yes, exactly. And so to me, just the idea of the numbers of baptisms and sacraments that have happened, it really gives me chills when I go in and sit and pray in those mission churches.
And when you go to mass, when you're on your little path, on the path you go to mass, we had a mariachi mass.
Oh yeah, they're great.
And it was fantastic. I mean, just so beautiful. And to see the mission, when they defended the mission, and to see, where they stuck the guns out to defend that fort.
That's right. And that's right. Mission San Jose has got the walls that will show you where the mission Indians lived, and also how they defended the missions. They were all trained with guns and everything else to protect those mission churches from marauding tribes of people and that sort of thing.
And the rooms that are where they lived, you get to see where they slept.
Yes.
Where they came out as a community to gather, not only to defend, the mission, but, they lived their life.
That's right. That was their community, and that was the whole idea of missions. They weren't there just as the church. They were there to create a community, and each one of the missions did create a community that's surrounded to this very day. And many of the descendants still attend Mass at these mission churches. Think about that.
That's, to have a descendant from 300 years ago. That would be incredible. Now, you've got an event coming up with it, and that's why you're coming on. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about
that.
I love talking about the missions. I could talk about them all day. But you've got Pathway to Grace. That's an event that's coming up January 31st. Let's talk all about that and build awareness about that.
All right. So this year on January 31st at 6 p.m., we'll begin what we call our Pathway to Grace. And we're so lucky to have the Capuchin Franciscans come and assist us with this.
Right.
And the program is going to begin with a presentation about the pilgrimage year of hope and plenary indulgence. And there'll also be a tiny bit of it about the Hispanic kind of tradition of the presentation of the baby Jesus.
Wow.
And so that will be there as well. Then after that short program, that will be followed by a candlelight procession to Mission Concepcion. And there will be reconciliation, Eucharistic adoration, that will be available, as well as Mass. Right. And following that, We'll have a reception back at the Pilgrimage Center with some snacks, cookies, and those types of
Nice.
things, and for people to visit a little bit before they head home.
Right.
And of course, the plenary indulgence requirements will be fulfilled.
Wow, that's a lot packed into one event.
It is. But you know what? I can't tell you how popular it was last year. We had over probably about 70 people attend.
Wow.
And we have gotten lots of calls from people this year because it was such an amazing event last year.
Now, do you have to register? Where do you go to, to get information to register? I know it's on your website, Camino
It's on
San
our
Antonio.
website, but guess what? You don't have to register. We welcome everyone,
Nice.
and we are ready and prepared. If we get 100 people, that will be great.
I think you're going to get over 100 people.
I hope so. There are lots of people talking about it. That's for sure.
So that's what's coming up. That's why Rebecca came on. She wants to invite everybody to go out. And if you want to read about the event, you can go to Camino San Antonio, CaminoSanAntonio.org. I've got it right here on my page. There's a map on here.
Perfect.
And, we could share that on our site as well. So want to make sure everybody is aware of that. And I think whenever, you go to an event at the missions and you can have reconciliation, adoration, a plenary indulgence, that is like a trifecta of blessing.
Absolutely. And that's why I think people just crave that kind of spirituality, and they crave the ability to come and connect with community, but also
Right.
come and have these services. And so it really is very special.
Okay, so, we're going to talk more about that before you leave here. It's 21 after the hour, but we want to talk about you're hosting the Community Camino.
Right. So, yeah, we have an action-packed spring, Gordy.
Yes.
So one of the things you need to know is that we do have a Community Camino. So if you have have an interest in visiting some of these missions, the second Saturday of every month, we walk from one mission to another. So this second Saturday, we will be walking from Mission San Juan to Mission San Jose.
Right.
You can leave your car at San Juan because we will have a van that will be taking people back if they don't want to walk back. That's about a 3.4 mile walk between those mission churches. And I tell you what, it's been great. So you get a little bit of guide as far as telling you about the churches and the missions.
See, that's a bonus right there.
Oh, it's totally a bonus.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So you get you understand the beauty and some of the things within the churches and the missions. You'll get an explanation about them, and then we'll walk with you and accompany you on this pilgrimage to Mission San Jose.
Yeah.
And then, as I said, we've got transportation back. If you feel like you don't want to walk back, that's great. We will get you back to San Juan.
Wow, that's going to be great. And again, it's on the page, but we want to make sure you're well aware the second Saturday of each month.
That's right.
So, that's something that you could take the whole family to. And if you ever wanted to further your knowledge of the missions, that is something to go to, because with a guide, they're going to explain everything, the ins and outs of the mission, and what occurred there, how it occurred.
That's right. And just think about it. If you go enough, you will go and complete the whole trail and ultimately get your Compostela. So we have people that have been with us doing several of these every month so that they can go ahead, and when they're through and they've gone to all the missions, then they can get their Compostela.
Then they plan their trip to Spain.
You betcha.
Because you don't want to leave those credits behind. I mean,
no, you don't. No,
but
you don't.
that is a great partnership, and to do all that here in San Antonio, and they get credit for how many kilometers?
They get credit for 30 kilometers.
30 kilometers. Okay, and then how long is the total?
Okay,
of the 30.
So actually, now if you were to go just straight and do tag your it and just go from mission church to mission church and not explore the grounds and not explore the church and
just
not
get your
explore
stamp.
and just get your stamp and run, you can probably do this in about 16 miles.
Yeah.
But if you do and walk around the churches and do actually kind of take advantage of the sites,
Right.
it's about almost 20 miles.
Gotcha. Wow, that is awesome. And your staff over at El Camino de San Antonio, Incredible staff you have over there.
Absolutely. We are small but powerful, Gordy.
I know you are. And Paul, I talk to Paul all the time, and he loves
Right.
doing what he does. And you're part of the archdiocese.
We are part of the archdiocese.
Many might not know that connection. This El Camino de San Antonio is part of the archdiocese.
That's right. We're going out to meet people where they are. And we have discovered that young people in particular really enjoy the idea of walking and praying. Pilgrimage has always been a tradition of our church.
Right.
I mean, from the time of Abraham, right?
Right.
We have had people walking and praying, and so young people really seem to enjoy that, as does everyone, frankly.
Well, your ministry is led by Archbishop Gustavo.
You bet.
And, that's a big thing, but you're always looking for volunteers to come out and help. How do people volunteer if they want to go out there and help you guys?
Well, we really are looking for those volunteers to help equip and empower and help guide pilgrims on their journey along the route. And the way they can kind of connect with us is that they can go to our website. And on there it is. For more information, there is a link, and it's www.caminosanantonio.org, and then click the Get Involved tab.
Involved.
And that will direct you, and someone will talk with you and explain what we're looking for. And I will guarantee that it will be a very worthwhile endeavor.
And I'm looking through your site right now, and under stories, it has it has symbols at the missions. What kind of symbols are people going to see when you say symbols at the missions?
Well, one of the most prominent symbol is the shell. And you can look for it because you will find it at every mission. You'll see it either in statuary, you might see it in a painting. So let's think about, what were the Franciscans trying to communicate by that shell?
The shell, yeah.
Really its connection and its symbol in our faith is connected with baptism,
Right.
new life. And when we think about it, they were entering their new life. Their new life as Christians, their new life as Spanish citizens eventually.
Right.
And so you'll see that shell everywhere. Of course, you'll see the Virgin of Guadalupe.
Our beautiful Virgen de Guadalupe.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And, she is a proud kind of statuary over the door at Mission San Jose. You'll find her in paintings. You'll find her absolutely in each of the missions. Yeah. So those are a couple of the symbols that you'll see, but there are more definitely along the route.
And, when you have that guided tour, they're going to tell you all about the symbols, every symbol that you're going to see, right?
Right. We will tell you all kinds of information, and I'll leave you with this as one of the things I bet you don't know, Gordy.
Tell me.
Do you know the missions have a connection with the American Revolutionary War?
Did not know that.
We helped the Patriots. Did you know that?
Did not know that. That's interesting.
I'll give you just a little background on that, and that is, so you will know, so Spain jumped into that Revolutionary War on the side of the Patriots with the French. We often forget that.
Yeah.
And when they did, they wrote a letter to the missions, and they said, we are in serious need. We need 1,000 head of cattle. We need 200 horses.
Wow.
We need to outfit our troops and get them engaged. And you know where the first cattle drive took place in Texas?
Where?
From our missions to Louisiana.
That is a long way.
We drove those head of cattle and those horses over, and they basically were what kind of fueled the troops as they entered the Battle of Pensacola. The Spanish fought for the Patriots down there in Florida and along the South. So, yes, we have a connection.
Yellowstone has nothing on the missions to Louisiana. That's a long way.
It is a long way. Well, when you think about it, these people were walking up. Frankly, if you think about Padre Marhill, he walked from Mexico City to San Antonio.
That is incredible. I did not know that. That is a great piece of information. A nugget. If you will. And so, I want to make sure that people are aware, our listeners are aware that, the pathway to grace, we got to come back to that because we've got about less than, 8 minutes. Okay. But I want to make sure we come back to that because that's your event that's occurring this Friday, January 31st. we need at least 100 and over people going over there. 100 people plus would be a great turnout.
Absolutely. And I think you would enjoy it so much. You know, those Franciscans, we have several priests with the Capuchin order, but brothers as well.
Right.
We have one that's great at music. He'll be providing the music that will be going on during the service, and he's amazing. So it will be an outstanding event. And like I said, you know, in that way, you'll be visiting 2 holy sites.
Right.
You'll be entitled to your plenary indulgence. You'll be able to fulfill the requirements of the indulgence, although part of it, the last piece, rests within your own heart. You know, you have to commit to remaining, you know, try and remain sinless along your life. But in terms of the adoration and in terms of the Mass, in terms of the intentions of the Pope, all of that, and reconciliation, all of those things will be available so that you can obtain that plenary indulgence that has been offered this year, the Jubilee year, which is our Pilgrims of Hope year.
Wow, and a plenary indulgence, that's time taken off of purgatory.
Absolutely,
That's
to the time.
really, really important, I think.
That's right. No, that is absolutely right. That time that you would be spending in purgatory, you are graced. It shows God's absolute merciful grace to His people that this plenary indulgence is offered, and it's just a wonderful thing.
And by attending, this is going to add to, you know, your passport that God's holding for you.
That's right.
He's going to stamp that for you.
I love that. That's a great. I've got a great view of that in my mind now,
I know.
Gordy.
I thought about that. I was like, wow, when you go get a plenary indulgence, that's a stamp on your card with God.
Oh, sure
And
is.
everybody should want to do that. Everybody who's listening should be saying, I need that. I need that plenary indulgence. And so, you know, when you said last year you had 70, this year there may be 500 that come.
You know,
based on you coming here.
Yeah, well, exactly. We love the people who listen to this radio station, and many of them, I'm sure, have already been on pilgrimage. But this is just such a great event. I can't encourage them more.
And while they're there, of course, visit the gift shop.
Of course,
Want to make sure they do that. And this is free, and it's happening this Friday, January 31st. Oh, the time. What time should everybody be there?
Everybody should be there at 6 o'clock.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. That's right, because we're going to get an early start because, as you said, it's an action-packed evening.
Yeah, so we want to make sure everybody's there by 6 p.m., that is, not a.m., 6 p.m. And if you need more information, just go to CaminoSanAntonio.org. And on there, I'm on their page right now, and, you know, there's so much information around our missions. And everybody in San Antonio, especially all Catholics, we should know everything about our missions, what they stand for, what they stood for, that they're 300 plus years old. I mean, this is information as a Catholic that we should know each and every day, and it should be embedded in our mind.
Absolutely. And, you know, we have a full lineup. You know, in March, we have 2 great Franciscans coming to present a musical workshop. And one of them you might know. And so he is Father Jesse Menabusan, and he did Open My Eyes, Lord, that song. And he'll be in San Antonio on March 1st and 2nd doing a workshop and hopefully singing for us.
I think he will sing.
Yeah.
I think he will sing. So, yeah, under your events page, there's so many events going on. And I want to encourage everybody to go to CaminoSanAntonio.org, CaminoSanAntonio.org, because it's there where you're going to get all the information and everything. You have so many events, Rebecca. And kudos to you and your staff, your team, because you have really elevated the missions, if you will.
It's great with my staff, and it's Nikki Mata has been great as the pilgrimage head, and Benisa kind of runs that pilgrimage center. So with Paul and also Nick, our newest employee, who kind of helps us to manage everything, it is just growing and growing and going strong.
Yeah, because we had a few minutes prior to your prior to Camino San Antonio being, you know, an organization. The missions were kind of they were on their own, right?
Well, they were always part of the archdiocese, but there really was no formal kind of attempt to really get them
Right.
to be connected, to really encourage people to go see those treasures, because they are treasures, really.
Right.
And so, yes, this is kind of the way to really kind of in one place get information about the missions, and really to encourage people to walk, ride, bike, kayak, however they want to get there.
You
down
can
the
kayak
river.
down
you
the
can
river.
kayak down the river, but
I have
get to
seen
those
that.
missions.
Yeah, Patty and I were on the river. We were walking, and a couple were kayaking, and we're like, "Where y'all going?" They're like, "To the missions."
You betcha.
I was
betcha.
like, "Wow, that's cool."
Right.
And you can bike it. I know, Donna McElroy and her group, they bike it every year from OLG to the missions, and that's incredible. That's a good. It's kind of a long way, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a long way. It's downhill from a little bit. It's really the return, Gordy. That's when you're kind of going a little bit uphill, that's a little bit harder.
Coming uphill. Well, I'm so glad, Rebecca, that, you take time to come on, in his vineyard to talk about the missions. I think it's so important. That's why I want you coming back, 3 times, at least 3 times a year. Because your events that go on over there, even in December, you had that big event in December that, we love building awareness about our missions and the work that you all do over there, because it's so important. And I want to encourage everybody to go this Friday, January 31st. It is this Friday at 6 p.m. They're going to, El Camino de San Antonio Missions is hosting Pathway to Grace, a prayer service with the, is it Capuchin?
Yes.
Capuchin Franciscans in San Antonio, and it begins with a presentation about the Pilgrim Year of Hope, followed by a procession, to Mission Concepcion, where Mass, reconciliation, and Eucharistic adoration. Wow, that's 3 powerful. That's powerful. 3 powerful. Followed by a procession to, will be available. Those are going to be available, followed by reception, not a procession, a reception at the Pilgrimage Center. And that's where you're going to get light snacks, cookies, all that good stuff. So
You bet.
go into CaminoSanAntonio.org. Rebecca Simmons, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you, Gordy. Really enjoyed it.
Love to have you back again. Everybody, hang tight. We'll be right back. The Guadalupe Radio Network's annual car raffle has kicked off. Your chance to win a new 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLB 250 and support your local Catholic station is right now. Tickets are just $25 each, or get 5 tickets for $100. Simply go to grnonline.com/raffle or text the word raffle to 345-345. Good luck, everyone.
Men, join the Central Texas Fellowship of Catholic Men in person or virtually via live stream on Saturday, February 15th at San Jose Catholic Church in Austin for the 13th Annual Catholic Men's Conference. The speakers are Curtis Martin, founder of Focus, and Kevin Wells, Catholic author and former Major League Baseball reporter. The MC will be Dr. Anzo Augustin. Get your tickets now. Visit centexcatholic.com. That's CENTEX Catholic.com.
Is your marriage struggling? Regardless of the problems you face, Retrovi can help. Retrovi is a highly successful Christian peer ministry that helps couples heal and renew their marriages. The next program in San Antonio begins January 31st. For more information or to register, visit helpourmarriage.org or call 210-919-4516.
The Catholic Men's Conference, presented by Pilgrim Center of Hope, is happening Saturday, February 22nd in San Antonio. Gain courage and direction from 3 dynamic speakers, including a Franciscan friar of the renewal. Men, this is your time to go stronger in faith and discover true purpose. Register now at cmcsanantonio.com. That's cmcsanantonio.com.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to In His Vineyard. I'm Gordy Zambrano, General Manager for the Guadalupe Radio Network South and Central Texas listening area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I am blessed because you're listening, and I say that all the time. I'm super blessed to do what I do. Everybody out there in Marble Falls, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Uvalde, and, of course, right here in San Antonio, thank you for your listenership. Car raffle is going on right now. We have just completed week 4, so I believe we're going into week 5 this week. And just to let you know, everybody, I will be at St. Bonaventure Catholic Church down there off Palo Alto Road. Father Abel is so incredible with us, and he opens his door. It was actually my first car raffle that I did last year when I joined the Guadalupe Radio Network, and wow, the reception was great. My best friend's mom goes to church there, and I got to see her. Hopefully, I'll get to see her this Sunday. But just to let you know, it is this Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, that is. It's going to be the Saturday Vigil Mass, followed by all the Masses on Sunday. Father Abel loves talking about the Guadalupe Radio Network, so I'm going to be so happy to be out there. You can buy your tickets right now as you're listening to me. You don't have to wait till Sunday to get a physical ticket, but if you do, thank you. I appreciate that. But if you want to buy a raffle ticket right now at this moment, you, with your phone, text the word raffle, RAFFLE, to 345-345. It is that easy. And let me tell you, that feature of our car raffle, it's the first year that we've included, the ability to text, and you get a link, you hit the link, and it's a a purchase page. You purchase your one ticket for $25, or you purchase 5 for $100. When you do that $100 purchase, you get an extra ticket free. That could be the one. But you got to text the word raffle to 345-345. Or if you're sitting at your office and you're online, hey, just go to grnonline.com/raffle, and it'll take you right to the page where you purchase your tickets. You can see the car, you can see the polar white, the beautiful polar white color, and it's got a macchiato and black interior. It's beautiful. It's got all the bells and whistles, 18-inch wheels. You can go check that out at grnonline.com. I'm also going to be doing a live remote this week. Oh, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that.
I was about to tell you.
I'm looking at my calendar, and I'm like, I've got a live remote
Gordy's
coming up.
going to be somewhere this week.
That's right. I'm going to be out at Zito's. And Brad Zito, thank you for opening up your beautiful Zito's Deli. I'm going to be out there at 1554 Babcock Road. And come out and see us. Come out and get a super delicious sandwich. You can see us out there. Well, I'll be there at noon to 1. I'm going to be on the air, and we're going to be selling raffle tickets, okay? So be sure to tune in this Wednesday, the 29th, at Zito's, and we're going to have a number that you can call, and we will get your tickets. You can purchase your tickets there. You can also use, as I said, the texting feature at any time. Again, Brad Zito, thank you for having us out there. 1554 Babcock Road. It's his new location. We want to go support Zito's, and they support us as well. That's Wednesday, the 29th at noon. So enough about me talking, because I think that's everything I need to cover. But, hey, I've got a special guest this morning. He goes to Central Catholic High School, and I just found out during the break that he knows my brother-in-law. He's one of his sponsors. I want to welcome, we'll talk about that, Thomas. But Thomas Murray, welcome to the program. How you doing today?
Hi, Mr.
Zambrano. Gordy.
Yes. I'm Mr. Gordy Zambrano. I hope you've had a wonderful day.
I have, Thomas. And you know what? It became more wonderful because you came on the program. Now, you are an Eagle Scout. You've got your Eagle Scout attire on. You got your Boy Scout attire on, right? And you're an Eagle Scout. This is a project that you came up with on your own, but we're going to talk about that. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You go to Central Catholic High School. Tell us about that and how you got into the Scouts.
Yes. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Thomas Murray. Like he said, I am attending Central Catholic High School. It's a great school. The Brotherhood, that's the motto.
Yes.
We actually have a game tomorrow against San Antonio and our rival, soccer. If you want to go there, it would be wonderful.
Are you on the soccer team too?
No, I was on the soccer team last year, but I do run cross country for Central this year.
Nice. And that's that's tough. So y'all are playing Antonio tomorrow in soccer, so go support the Buttons. I've got a lot of friends that graduated. I'm already old. They graduated in the 80s. They're old too. But I got a lot of buddies that went to Central Catholic. That is a brotherhood, and it goes on for the rest of your life.
Yes, that's true. I was putting up my flyer for my 5K at Iron, and then all of a sudden a guy walks up. He's like, hey, can I take a picture of that? It turns out he was a Central Catholic alumni. His son is a Central Catholic alumni. They're just all over the place, and it's really amazing to see that.
It's incredible. And you know my nephew, Daniel.
Yes.
Daniel Carmona, my man. And you go to school with Daniel, and his dad, Chris, my brother-in-law, is one of your sponsors for your 5K run, right?
Yes.
See, that's so cool. See, y'all come together. Y'all do big things over at Central Catholic. I love Central Catholic High School and everything they stand for. But how did you come up with this idea of putting a 5K run together? And I know it's part of your Eagle Scout project, right?
Yes, indeed. It is a part of my Eagle Scout project. So my main inspiration was obviously me being a part of the cross-country team. Like I previously stated, I ran for Central Catholic High School. I started my 6th grade year at St. Matthew's Catholic School. That's currently where my little brother is attending.
Nice, St. Matthew. That's where I grew up going to church.
Really?
And I got married. Patty and I got married there. I did my confirmation there, and St. Matthew has a special place in my heart. So that's good to hear. And so, being a long distance runner, are you going to be running it as well? Because you're going to beat everybody.
I don't know. That's kind of undecided. So when it comes to hosting a 5K, there's several things that is required to go into this 5K. You have to find your sponsors. Obviously, your outreach, which is what I'm doing here. You have to find place, time. You have to check what the weather is like. Yeah. And this is all very important when it comes to hosting a 5K.
Okay, so let's get into the specifics, Thomas, because it's real important. Where do people go to sign up? Where is it going to be? What time? Let's do all that so that they know exactly where. We call it covering the who, what, when, where. And we got to do that right now. So where's the event going to be? Or how do people register, first of all?
First off, if you want to register, you can go to running stores, Fleet Feet, iRun. There's posters up at those places, your local running areas where you can buy running shoes, other materials like that. Another good website to go to is actually the website I have right now. That is www.trail2eagle285.com.
It's Trail to Eagle?
Yes, trail, the number 2, eagle, 285.com.
.com. I'm writing it down right now because I'm going to make sure that everybody knows where to go, and that's www.trail, the number 2, eagle285.com.
Yes, that is correct. And once you do get on to the website, you should see different squares. One square will have history, kind of my inspiration, and what my Eagle Scout projects will be looking like.
Okay, now, I'm gonna go in there right now because that's something that we need to make sure everybody is aware of, right?
Yes.
So then, tell me a little bit about where's it going to be?
So the 5K will be taking place at Almost Basin Park.
Almost Basin, I love that out there. Okay, good deal.
Yes, it will be taking place February 23rd, 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Great time to run.
And it's going to be a 5K, so in miles, that's what,
3.1 miles?
3.1?
Yeah, so I'm currently sponsoring with Athlete Geared, working with Scott Wood. Okay. He's also a Eagle Scout himself, so.
Hey, tell me about the Scouts and, how'd you get involved? And, I love this. Your project is this run, and you're going to, is there any cost to run?
Yes, there is a cost. So once you get to my page, you should see registration, or there's a GoFundMe page, which will say donate. So you can go there, you can donate. But once you get to my registration page, you should see all the information you can hit.
So I'm looking at it right now, and it's going to be Sunday, February 23rd, right? at 8:30 a.m. at Almost Basin Park. That's right there on Divine Road, easy to find. And, as far as the schedule, 7 to 8:15 a.m. is late registration, right? Because you want to pre-register on this page, which is your trail, the number 2, Eagle, 285.com. We want everybody to go there and register prior. But if you want to be a late entry, let's say you saw a poster at a shoe store, right? And you're like, hey, I want to go run in this. You can register. It's between 7 and 8:15. The 5K run walk, you can walk this as well. Not everybody has to be a runner out there like you, Thomas, right? They could walk it, and it's going to start at 8:30 a.m. The awards ceremony is going to be at 9:45. It's $30 to register, right? $30 to run. It goes up. You've got until February 10th to pay that $30 rate. Then it goes up to $35, and that's until the 20th of February. And then on the 23rd, it goes up to $40. So you kind of tiers it. You don't want to wait too long to register. Take advantage of that $30 right now to run this 5K. And it all goes to a great it goes to your project, right? Your project, and it goes to the Eagle Scouts?
Yes, it does. So the beneficiary of this project will be Friends of McAllister Park in the city of San Antonio. I plan to have my Eagle Scout project in McAllister Park, the very first playground as you enter in Tucky Roost. I've been talking with Law Matthews with Friends of McAllister. It's going really good.
That is awesome to hear. Now, when people register, you're going to also have a packet that they can pick up, right?
Yes.
And that's going to be February 22nd, and you're going to be at the Coker United Methodist Church. That's where they can pick up their packets for the run, right? That's a day before the run?
Yes. My Boy Scout troop is actually located there. Troop 285, High Adventure Troop. My dad was an Eagle Scout there. The Scoutmaster just stepped down. He's still present, though, all the time. So, yes.
Wow, tell me about your troop. Tell me all about them.
So, like I said, it was a High Adventure Troop. My dad graduated. Well, not graduated. He was an Eagle Scout from there. There's a picture of him up on the wall. We do High Adventures. We focus on service. We have 3 points. The floodly, duty to God, duty to self, and duty to country, which is
I love that duty
really
to God.
important. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. And it's, Central Catholic. What year are you in over at Central?
I am 07, currently year 2.
Oh, you're a sophomore.
Yes,
Okay.
I am a sophomore.
Wow. And so tell me about, your sponsors, everybody that came to, you went to and said, hey, can you help sponsor my 5K run? Tell me about your sponsors. Let's give them a little bit of airtime.
Yes. So when it comes to sponsors, it is definitely a long process, but it is a trustworthy one. One of the Scout Laws right there. But I have a bunch of good people sponsoring me. Like you said, Carmona and Shriver sponsoring me.
Yep.
I'd like to give a huge thank you to Elizabeth Miller, who is the owner of Endurance for You.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They are actually sponsoring me all the way from Germany. I played with her son in soccer.
Nice.
They're really good people.
Nice.
I have Central Catholic alumni like Rico's Popcorn.
Oh, Rico's, yeah. Everybody
Yes.
loves Rico's. All right, good deal.
My cousin is he works for Credit Human. He's sponsoring the swag bags. Come pick that up on packet pickup day. You get a shirt, goodies like coupons, things like that. It's
Right. So Credit Human, he's over at Credit Human. My buddy's the CEO over there. Yeah.
really
Yeah. So you know what? You've got some great sponsors, great support. And how long did it take you to put all this together?
So I started this about a year ago, planning. So it kind of went in phases. First, I had to get my sponsors, obviously, talk to Athlete Geared, Scott Wood. Once we got that going, then we kind of went into our promotion phase, which is right now. Our outreach looks like Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. We have information up on Athlete Geared's website. Trail to Eagle 5K Run.
What's your Facebook? Because I want to tag you on some of the stuff that we're going to put out to support your fun run. What's your Facebook?
So I don't have a Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
It's my parents' Facebook page.
Right.
My aunt also has it on her Facebook page. When it comes to Instagram, though, it's Too Cool Tom.
Too Cool Tom, Tom.
Yes.
Too Cool Tom. Okay, that's your Insta. Nice.
Yes.
Well, everybody out there, go to Too Cool Tom and help support the fun run. It's a 5K, right? And it's going to happen. We've got information on it. It's going to happen on, I'm looking for your date here. I'm sorry. February 23rd, Sunday, February 23rd. My computer screen froze up. Sunday, February 23rd. It's going to be at Almas Basin Park, which is at 651 Divine Road. You want to go into www.trail2eagle285.com, and we'll cascade that out there, Thomas, to help support you. But this is a 5K run, and Thomas has planned this out for months, and it's part of his Eagle Scout project. And so we want everybody to get behind this. And again, I'm in the site right now. You can register right there, which you want to do. You got a packet that you're going to be able to pick up, but everything is on his site. It's a great site, by the way. You put that together. Great job, Thomas. And you know what? Before we end, tell our listeners about, what was your inspiration for doing this 5K run?
So my inspiration, first off, like I said, cross-country runner, but running is what I love to do. Like I said, I played soccer, lots of running in that, more really sprinting, but I really like to run. Central's cross-country team is a good team. It's a good program. Yeah. Coach Brimmer, I'd like to give a huge thanks to him. He's always in our corner, backing us up. But it's not only that, it's also just the running community in general. I meet a bunch of good people all over. We're just running. We pass people, say hi, start up conversation. It's really good.
Hey, and we want to encourage other schools to go, right? To support you. Even though, we got rivalries in sports, but, want to thank your parents too. They're sitting right behind us in the conference room. Want to thank your parents for their support as well. I'm sure it takes a lot for them to get behind you. It doesn't take a lot for them to get behind you, but they're your support mechanism number one.
Yes, that is true. My parents are definitely my biggest supporters, wherever, whenever.
And I think this is going to be a great event. And we're excited that you came on the show, Thomas. And your mom reached out to us, and we said, absolutely. We want to support everything that Catholics are doing out there. And what parish do you call home? I think you said St. Matthew, right?
Our Lady of Sorrows.
Our Lady of Sorrows. Okay, love Our Lady of Sorrows. Good deal. And everybody go out to support. Go to this website right now, www.trail2eagle285.com. Help support Thomas Murray. Thomas, thank you for being on the program.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And may you have a blessed 5K run, and all the luck and prayers to you. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for our show. Thank you for listening. We're blessed for your listenership. Have a great week. God bless, and we'll see you soon.
Boldly proclaiming the truths of our Catholic faith. This is the Guadalupe Radio Network, radio for your soul.